Yah commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear Yah, our Elohim, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive, as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before Yah, our Elohim, as he has commanded us. Praise you, Father Yah. I will not have any other Elohim before you, nor bow down to any graven images too. I won't take the name of Yah, my Elohim, in vain. I'll do. Remember the Sabbath day, sanctify it, keep it holy. Honor your father and mother, because that's what.
Shalom, shalom, Yisrael. This is Yehonathan Dawid here with you. Hell with you, I'll do. Shalom, shalom, Yisrael. This is Yehonathan Dawid with you here, Yahweh for Christians at gmail.com. Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Y'all call that the golden rule. The golden rule. Everything talks, but money rules. Even in your King James Version Bible, without changing any of the words, if we live by that edict, we would have a whole different world. You would not have a world with a Sandra Bland or a Tasha Harlings or Lennon Lacey or Gregory Johnson. Tasha Harlings, 15 years old, shot in the back of her head, 1991, by Sun Jadu. I talked about that last year. Got charged with involuntary manslaughter, no jail time, community service, and she had to pay for the funeral. Judge Joyce Curlin actually said that had LaTasha Harlings survived, she could have been charged with assault. The golden rule. As soon as Jadu had read Matthew 7:12, do you think she would want that to happen to her daughter? If her daughter went into a black establishment and had the back of her head shot out, would Judge Joyce Curlin, who was even worse, would she want that adjudication handed down to her daughter? That the one who killed her daughter got no jail time? How about Sandra Bland hung under police custody in Prairie View, Texas? They said that was a suicide. Lennon Lacey, 2014 in Bladensboro, North Carolina, wearing shoes 2.5 sizes too small for him, and someone else's belt around his neck. Gregory Johnson, San Jose, Texas, 6'2", hanging from a pole 5'10", with no ligature marks on his neck. But that was a suicide. Anyone who's perpetrated these offenses, did they go by the golden rule? Did they ever open up their Bible, written in their language, and could see their loved ones in their position and say, yes, I agree. Justice was served? I don't think so. You see, a 2013 New York Daily News article said that 86% of murders of whites have been resolved. Only 45% of murders of blacks were resolved. And all those examples I gave also were technically considered resolved. your life does not matter. The golden rule is for those who rule the gold. And what is your answer to that? Is it the same thing you've been doing for the last 400 years? Are you going to still go ahead and preach about the golden rule 400 years from now? Is that how it works? You see, I don't like to spend a whole lot of time talking about what's going on currently in the news. You have an excellent program on Wednesdays, 11 to 12, by News Network Analysis Project, who's great at doing that, and I will do it to some degree here. But it's just, to me, it's like spinning your wheels. You know, I was in the Marine Corps, and we had something called Mark Time March. You march in space, in place. You marching, but you don't move anywhere forward. When you look at the news, that's what the world is. It's Mark Time March. Marching in place. Before I walked out the door, I just looked at the sun. You had Hogan talking about how the parole system is infected with politics. Is that news? See, if that was on the headline news last year, would that have been a great awakening? If that was in the news 100 years ago, would you be surprised that there's politics going on as to who gets paroled and who doesn't? The Hard Rock Hotel that collapsed in New Orleans just deported an ace witness against them. Is that news? Are you surprised? Should I spend this airwaves talking about that? How about time? Chinese man, about 52 years old, I think it was, who just got 5 years of jail time for operating a prostitution ring right here in Maryland. The judge, Mark Crooks, yes, that's his name, Crooks, and he is a crook. How would he feel if his daughter was being prostituted by this Chinese man, Mr. Tang, who had young underage girls he was prostituting, and he was arrested for this before, years ago. And he gets 5 years. And has the audacity to say, well, I didn't really understand everything. I'll be a better person when I come out and through my Christian activities and my church and Christian activities. I could easily spend an hour blasting this bastard for what he's doing to young underage girls. And the system is worse than him that allows him to just get 5 years. First of all, he shouldn't have been out in the first place. So to keep my anger down a little bit, I try not to do too much of this current news because it's no news. It's nothing different. Here's what y'all need to be hearing. Something different. We have, and why are you in this condition? We have been destroyed, and we have found none whatsoever to help us with a word or otherwise. We have been tortured and destroyed, and could not even hope to see life from one day to the other. We hoped to be the head and have become the tail. We have moiled and we toiled, but we had no authority over our own toil. We have become the victuals of the sinners and the oppressors. They have made their yoke heavy upon us. Those who hate us, while goading us and encompassing us, have become masters over us. We have bowed our necks to those who hate us, but they had no pity on us. We wanted to get away from them in order that we may escape and be at rest. But we had no place to which we might flee and be safe from them. Then in our tribulation, we brought a charge against them before the authorities and cried out against those who were devouring us. But they, the authorities, neither would pay attention to our cries nor wish to listen to our voice. But on the contrary, They were assisting those who were robbing and devouring us, those who were causing us to diminish. They, the authorities, conceal their offenders, injustice, and do not remove the yokes of those who devour us, scatter us, and murder us. They, the authorities, cover up our murder, and they, the authorities, do not remember the fact that they, the offenders, have lifted up their hands against us. Mighty strange how they took this out of the Bible right after Abraham freed you. Lincoln, that is. And then you got rights to vote, which you're still doing to this day, while you're still on the back of the bus, all down in the mouth. As soon as you start learning how to read the Bible and you're so-called free, things like that got taken out of the book. And you think that was a coincidence? I don't think so. And where did that come from? In a book you don't even know about. You don't even know about the so-called lost books, which were not lost, they were suppressed. I have sworn unto you, sinners, in the same manner that a mountain has never turned into a servant, nor shall a hill ever become a maidservant of a woman. Likewise, neither has sin been exported into the world. It is the people who have themselves invented it, and those who commit it will come under a great curse. None of your deeds of injustice are covered and hidden. Think not in your spirit, nor say in your hearts that you neither know nor see all our sins being written down every day in the presence of the Most High. From now on, do know that all your injustices, which you have committed unjustly, are written down every day until the day of your judgment. You can take it out all the Bible all you want. But this is keeping it real. And you can't vote your way out of this. The Most High is going to deal with this. Woe unto you who cause wickedness, who glorify and honor false words. You are lost, and you have no life of good things. Woe unto you who alter the words of truth and pervert the eternal law. They reckon themselves not guilty of sin. They will be trampled on upon the earth. And this is what Mr. Tyne and the judge Mark Crooks needs to read, who trafficking 14 and 15-year-old girls and gets 5 years slapped on his wrist after have already doing that in New York. And say he's going to be a better man with his church activities. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. If you're going to keep on doing the same thing, there's no other thing to call you but that. They quickly cut Enoch out of the book. Get yourself these books that they suppressed out of the book, out of your Bible. But I will read on. Again, from the book of Enoch. Souls of the righteous, fear not, and be hopeful, you souls that died in righteousness. Don't worry, because the Most High is with you. And now, do know that your deeds will be investigated. Oh, let me go further. Let me go up. This is Enoch, 1 Enoch 100, verse 7. Woe unto you sinners, when you oppress the righteous ones in the day of hard anguish and burn them with fire. Who else do you know has been burned with fire, particularly on crosses? You will be recompensed according to your deeds. Woe unto you, you hard of heart, who are watchful to devise evil. Fear will seize you, and none will come to your aid. Woe unto you sinners, because of the words of your hands. That's legal, that's legalism. On account of the deeds of your wicked ones, in blazing flames worse than fire, it will burn. And now, do you know that your deeds will be investigated? Hmm. From the sun, from the moon, from the stars, they lie about everything, and from the heavenly Malachim host on high, on account of your sins which were committed upon the earth. Man, they had to take Enoch out of there. They had to take him out because he's directly talking against judgment on those who lie in the legal system, who oppress us in the legal system with their deeds, and they consider themselves not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty of violating the golden rule, which every last one of the 8 billion people on the earth would raise their right hand and say, yeah, I want everyone to treat me the way I would treat them. No one would say, no, go ahead and beat me up, kill my children, steal my stuff, unfairly pay me. No one would volunteer to be treated wrong. No one. They would want every person they meet to treat them fairly and justly and equally. Yet, open the newspaper today and see if you see Matthew 7:12 being lived out. Open it tomorrow. So why should anyone keep on talking about the news and what's going on? Talk about the answer. Your salvation, your Redeemer, Yahweh Shua. That's the activation. I told you I have not been an activist since I had an activated curl in the 80s. What I do in these areas is I do keep it real. I give you the truth. I give you the answer. There is no answer in who's running for office. Do you need 400 more years of voting to figure that out? How's it after the dust is settled that when it's all said and done, you look at the statistics, every bad statistic, you're number one in. And every good statistic, you're last in. You're last. Is there anything else in here? And, you know, Enoch talked about the eternal law. He says how the men of sin who are oppressing us are violating the eternal law. What is the eternal law? Let's go to your KJV. Matthew 22:37-40. Let's go to your KJV. Matthew 22:37. Yahshua said to him, you will love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like it. You will love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. I think he knows what he's talking about. I think he might know what he's talking about. And he read that in a good book, the book of Moshe in Deuteronomy. On these two commandments, it's simple, it's easy. You don't need to make any great changes in life. All you gotta do is wake up, look in the mirror, love yourself, and treat somebody else the way you want them to treat you. Pay them fairly, speak to them righteously, be fair in your acts and your trading, do to their children what you want done to your children, teach them the truth, and you have utopia. You have utopia right here. So you don't want to read from the so-called suppressed books. What does Jeremiah have to say about this? Because there's only one group of people on the earth that matches the oppression that you're going through. Only one group of people. No one else meets the conditions that you're going under. Yet when you open the Bible, you don't see yourself in the book. Who else is identified by all the bullet points that are made but you? In your KJV, Lamentations 5, remember, O Yahweh, what has come upon us. Look and behold our approach. Our inheritance has been turned over to aliens, and our houses to foreigners. We have become orphans and waifs. Our mothers are like widows. We pay for the water we drink. Mm. And our wood comes at a price. They pursue at our heels. We labor and have no rest. We have given our hands to the Egyptians and the Assyrians be satisfied with bread. Our fathers sinned and are no more, but we bear their iniquities. Servants rule over us. Is that what Enoch said? There is none to deliver us from their hand. There ain't no Schindler coming to save you. We get our bread at the risk of our lives because of the sword in the wilderness. Our skin is hot as an oven because of the fever of famine. They ravished the women in Sion, the maidens in the cities of Yehuda. Princes were hung up by their hands. That's your sons, Yisrael. Who else fits that? And elders were not respected. Ain't nobody respecting me. Ain't nobody respecting me for what I'm saying. Young men ground at the millstones. Boys staggered under loads of wood. The elders have ceased gathering at the gate, and the young men from their music. The joy of our hearts has ceased. Our dance has turned into mourning. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have voted. Oh, that's right. It says sinned. Same thing. You know, Enoch said that with all this oppression, there was nowhere to run. We have nowhere to go. We have nowhere to go to get away from it. There's no plot of land that the United Nations get together and says, hey, you go there. You don't like the way you treat it over here, you go over there, and you can run all that, and you can have everything the way you want to have it. We don't have that. You have nowhere to go. Nowhere to go where you can teach your children the golden rule. Nowhere to go where you can teach your children how to treat others, where you can give them the truth in school, where you give them the truth in their homes. We don't have a system that breaks up families. You come from the land of the married people. Oh, they renamed it Africa, but it's the land of the married people. And in this land, they divide the families. They break up the married people. They break up the families. And you cannot get your way out of it but by the Most High Yahweh Shua. Yehonathan we here. Yahweh for Christians at gmail.com 443-306-3518. What did Yahshua quote from? When I read from Matthew 22, he quoted from the book of Moses. Oh, they didn't filter out everything. Deuteronomy 6, 4, and 5. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh, Al Elohim. Yahweh is Akkad. He is one. You will love Yahweh with your Elohim, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Here's a key word that you miss in this whole thing. There's many, but here's a key word that I know easily passes over you. It says Yahweh, our Elohim. You know, even when I was a young little lad in Christian church, they told us that Moses was black. And I was little. That's before I even knew anything about a Yahweh. And here he says, Yahweh, our Elohim, Almighty One. He is one. And you're over here in the land of slavery, speaking the language of slavery, following the Lord God Jesus Christ, which was given to you in slavery as your mighty one. And you're wondering why you are where you are. I don't care if I got just 3 people out there listening. I'm going to keep on giving this truth out, keeping it real to you, and hopefully someone will shema, someone will hear, and someone will turn. Because, like Enoch said at the end, no, like Jeremiah said in Lamentations, we have sinned. blame is on you, me, us, we. And all sin is against the Most High. You may do it to your brother, but it's against the Most High. So we need to get our relationship with Him right. You need to go home into your secret place and go to Him. Every day, every night, and in the night watches. And go out in the morning and nope, go out to live your best life. Go out to be the most righteous person you can be. You should be the best employee at work, or try to be. If you going to school, you be the best student. If you're volunteering, do whatever. You go out, you don't break no laws, commit no crimes, and you come home. Every day. You can't fix nothing out there. You cannot fix what this bastard Chinese Tang did, getting 5 years for prostitution and child trafficking. And that's in the news every day. And it doesn't change, and then something's wrong with you if you think it's going to change. Like I keep saying before, you can't keep playing the lottery and the same numbers come up and you think it's going to change. And at 400 years, the same numbers come up and you think, you got a chance tomorrow with your numbers. There is nothing strange going on that the same numbers come up for 400 plus years. The same numbers? And if somebody in their heart and their mind believes that that's going to change, you have to look at them. Stupid is not strong enough to say against a person who goes with that. The word is not strong enough. But you out there spending $7.4 billion on Black Friday. And that's just online. That's not what you did when you walked out to the store and all that. And jumping over people to get some toy you don't need. You know how much the Johnson household spent on Black Friday? The whole family? Not one blessed penny. Not one blessed penny. Dawid with you here. Y'all wait for Christians at gmail.com 443-306-3518. I'm telling you, just for y'all, it's something. The answers. You're asking the questions from the right questions, but you're asking them of the wrong people. You need to go to the Most High, and no one likes to hear that because it's too simple. It's too simple. It's not complicated. It's a very simple answer, and people think, and they laugh and poo and they twirl their eyes and wave their hands at me. But we will see at the end. Listen to the words of the song. I'll do. Yeah, I'll do.